Hey my loves, welcome back to another episode of 100% Lavish. So today what I want to talk about is this video that I just currently seen, and it was pretty much talking about love. And so this is for my collective who is currently waiting on their person, waiting on their soulmate. And yeah, so I want to tell y'all something. Based off my own experience, I realized that when I begin to love somebody and I genuinely love them, a lot of good starts to happen in their life. And I'm not saying just because I'm there, good is happening. Like, no, good was going to happen for them anyways, because what was ever meant for them was going to happen. But when I step into people's lives, I tend to speed it up for them. And the reason because of that is my energy. My energy is so strong to the point where I'm one of those people that genuinely anybody I've ever been around, friendship, relationship, all that shit. Like, when you're around me for a little bit of time, and especially like, because I pray for all of those around me, and I pray just for the world to get what it is that it deserves and stuff like that. When you're around me, you're going to have a lot of things sped up. And I realized the reason that I'm currently not in love and I'm not just fucking with anybody is because I'm not a surface level girly. Because I'm not a surface level girly, I cannot just be fucking with anything, because at the end of the day, when it comes to fucking with me, you have to go through a rebirth. What do you mean by that? What I'm saying is that when you fuck with me, your ego has to die. And a part of your ego dying, it causes a transformation that most people will not accomplish unless you want to do it. And I feel like the type of person that I am, I'm never going to force you to do anything. But when it comes to fuck with me, that ego, that pride shit, it has to go. Why? Because when I step up to the plate in a relationship, I'm not coming with that. What I'm coming with is the newer version of myself. Not only that, blessings and sharp ass energy with intuition. And because of that, I cannot fuck with somebody who doesn't have those things unlocked. Why? Because when you're fucking with me and you don't have those things unlocked, it is now like I have to teach you those things. And a part of me teaching you those things, you're going to start to realize that your life is going to change and you're going to be faced with a mirror. And oftentimes, I realize that when people fuck with me, in the end, they have no choice but to change, because the things that I told them and the things that they have noticed, and it's just like, you can choose not to change, but you're going to keep going through the same cycle now until you change, because you have now met a chosen one. And when I say chosen one, yes, I am anointed, thank God, I feel blessed for that, but at the same time, I'm also saying chosen ones because the pathway that I'm taking for the growth, it also takes a choice. You have to make a choice on if you are going to continue to wake up every day and choose the higher version of yourself. Because if I wanted to, I can wake up and just say fuck it all. That's if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? But because I want better for myself, that is what I'm going towards. So for me to fuck with somebody, they have to have the same mindset. You can't come to me thinking that you just finna have me and you're not working on yourself and you're not growing, because we're not going to get anywhere. Because my energy, what's going to happen is my energy is going to rub off on you. And energy has a domino effect. So now I'm taking in their energy. And now if their energy is not as potent as my energy, now I'm feeling like there's something fucking wrong with me. Now I'm starting to doubt myself. Now I'm starting to feel like I'm the problem, when in reality, it's not that I'm the problem. It's just we're not compatible. And the more that I tried to force love, the more that I tried to put myself in a position to where I was loving people that I knew weren't for me long term, it fucked me up. Because now I had to go through another rebirth. Now I had to go through another trial just so that I can gain my tribulations. You know what I'm saying? When in reality, everything was already put in my face. It's sometimes everything be going so good and you be feeling like it's God sent. And sometimes it do be God sent, because sometimes it's for a lesson so that you could realize something. But I noticed the moment that I really started like healing myself and really was like, fuck all that extra shit, I got sent really, really, really pretty ass women. And the universe knows, genuinely, they will make me fold every time. Like, it's something about a pretty, beautiful woman. And it's like, they will make me fold every time. But I realized that was the catch. That was the pattern that I wasn't breaking. That I'm like, oh, well, because they're pretty and because what they're showing me right now, I'm like, okay, maybe we are compatible. And as time went on, I'm like, I'm watching them gain things in life. And then I'm like, okay. I'm like very proud of them, because I'm like, yes, like this is what the fuck I wanted for you. Like, I've been trying to tell you, like, start doing this shit, right? They eventually start doing this shit. And then they start doing weirder shit. So now I'm pulling myself back. I start to pull myself back from them. not only do they start to begin to give me the energy that I've been asking for, things in their life start to, like, they have a tower moment. Things in their life start to crumble. And I'm looking and I'm like, But I'm not saying anything. I'm keeping it P because I'm already knowing what is happening in your life. I'm already knowing why this is the way that it is, especially when you mess with first timers as people. When you are somebody's first time with a person who is that aligned with themselves, you're going to notice that when you interact with people, a lot of shit is going to crumble for them if they're not treating you the correct way that you're supposed to be treated. And it's not that it's necessarily you. It's just when you interact with certain people, you have no choice. It's like people have no choice but to realize more parts about themselves. You cannot deny it. And the more that they try to deny it, the more that gets taken from them. Because when people like us enter people's lives, I truly feel like when we enter people's lives that we're not supposed to be with, but we end up teaching them something, the goal is to teach them that there are people out here like us, to transform them into people like us. But our goal is not to transform them. Our goal is to show them that there are people like us so that eventually they will transform into people like us, if that makes sense. Some people it takes years, some people it takes months, some people it takes weeks. It really just depends. But it's like you'll start to see that oftentimes people that you really, really, really do be fucking with, when you show them how to love you, especially when you're like good with your communication, you're good with the way that you are, you're going to see when y'all start to fall apart a lot. Oftentimes shit in your life starts to fall apart, but not in like a bad way, but in a way like it's like you had to regain your energy back. You had to call it all back to you. And in their life starts to spiral in a sense because they have now woken up. They have now seen those things. And a lot of people don't be realizing that when you wake up in this journey, you will have an ego death. You will have a rebirth, and all that old shit cannot come with the new. And it's like so crazy on how like you could have one thing in this moment and then literally the next second is gone. And that's how energy works. And when it comes to us as people, we are often not having love early because it takes somebody to be built for that. I used to wonder, I was like, why does everybody do the same thing to me? Like, why am I constantly going through the same things? And I realized because if somebody is not willing to grow with me, if somebody is not willing to have that ego death with me, if you're not willing to sit here and actually study me in depth, not surface level, we're never going to get far. And it's just like I said, I come with a certain energy to the point where whatever it is that you're manifesting, if you're fucking with me, it's now going to be manifested times 2, times 10. Because I'm putting the same intentions for your manifestations too, because I want to see you win too. And even when we're not talking, I still want to see you win. But like, I'm not going to put as much energy as I would. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll still pray for you. I still wish for you to be blessed, but I'm not going to put as much energy as I would if we were fucking with each other, if that makes sense. It's like, so it's just like, I realized that we go through things for a reason. And I know people be like, so why is our pathway so hard? It's not that our pathway is hard. I just think we complicate it because we try to make things more than what it is. It's just like, because I don't know if you've ever realized, the moment we fall back from life, that's when everything starts to come towards us tenfold. Like, everything starts to fly towards us, and we start to finally get the things that it is that we wanted, but we had to fall back. We had to trust the process. We had to wait. And I started to realize that the more that I just fell back and the more that I let God and the divine do what it needed to do, divine timing comes into play. And I stopped worrying about when my love was going to come in. I stopped worrying about when everything was going to shift for me. And I realized that when you stop worrying about that, you start to open your eyes and see that everything was shifting for you already. Because I feel like if my last relationship would have worked out, I wouldn't have had the knowledge that I have today. Not only that, I'd probably be depressed because it wasn't for me. And I was trying to make something that wasn't for me. It's like, you have to realize that sometimes when it comes to people like us, the reason things take a long time is because it needs to be a certain way for us so that it can maintain us. I ain't even gonna say that we can maintain it, because anything that comes our way, we can work with whatever we got. But whatever comes into our pathway, it needs to know how to treat us. It needs to know how to give to us. It needs to know how to respect us, how to come through for us. And that goes with anything that you are currently manifesting. If it's love, if it's financial, if it's anything, it needs to know how to handle us. Because we don't just come with something light. We don't just come with something that is just what it is. No, we come with like literally a whole beam of light. We come with a whole lot of blessings. We come with a whole lot of strong energy that most people won't have. And because of that, we need to be granted something that is equivalent to our energy. And do you know how hard it is to grant us, people like us, something that is equivalent to our energy, because it's so strong and constantly growing? It's like the world has to constantly catch up with us. That's why when people tell you you're starting to get your manifestations, but the ones that you prayed for years ago, because you kept growing, you kept evolving, you literally kept changing, and it's like, damn, the world's like, hold on, I'm trying to keep up. But the more that you fall back, it forces the world to catch up faster. The more that you realize that you are the source, it starts to catch up faster. Remind yourself that everything that you want and more is already yours. It's taking time to get to you. But the pattern that we are currently in right now, because I know we all feel this energy, especially if you are a part of my collective, not only is it here, it is running towards you. Like when I say running towards you, I don't know what decision that you just recently made. I don't know what you did. You could have cut somebody off. You could have left that job. You could have, finally worked on that project that you worked for, that book, that song. I don't know. Maybe you started being a chef because you wanted to be a chef. Maybe you started to actually go and be an athlete that you wanted to be. Like, I don't know what you're doing, but it worked. And everything is on its way towards you so fast. So remind yourself that the love is coming. The soul family, the soul tribe, it is coming. The financial, the manifestations, everything that you want is coming. Just trust the process. Because yes, it's here, but it's here, not here. Does that make sense? One more time. It's here, not here. Allow here to catch up with here. Okay? That's the episode of 100% Lavish. And just understand that God loves you, I love you, and please stay blessed.